All right, we want to open up with the pledge today. And if you would, we have our esteemed mayor from the city of Portsmouth. Sorry to embarrass you there, but he is mayor for a few more days. And Kevin Johnson is with us. And Kevin, could you lead us in the pledge today? Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for the blessings of the day. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for this Christmas holiday. We thank you for your blessings upon our community, upon our families and our state and our county. We thank you for all that you've done for us this last year and this, our last meeting of the year. We thank you for your blessings and your benefits. We pray for those that are sick. There's several that are struggling, continue to struggle with this pandemic, the families that have lost loved ones. We pray that you would strengthen and help them during this time. Pray for our first responders, our law enforcement, continue to be with them and help them. Our frontline workers in the hospitals, continue to have your hand upon them. We pray, God, that knowing in your word that where two or three are gathered in your name, that there you are in the midst, that we hold on to that promise today. And God, that we have sound wisdom in all of our decisions. We ask it all in the precious name of Jesus. And everybody said, Amen. Amen. I want to welcome everybody to the December 16th, last meeting of the year, official. We will actually be not adjourning if we follow our typical past practice at the end of the meeting. But we will recess just in case something comes up between now and the end of the year so that we can continue on with business as needed. We want to open up our meeting with a special thanks to all of our workers and everyone that has made this year a very successful year. And we are very, very pleased with our co-workers and all of the work that's being done. Our office, all of the ones that do so much work every day, and of course all of the ancillary departments. We are very, very, very pleased with everything that's happening at the county level. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. We would like to open up our meeting with approval of minutes of December 7th. Could we get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of December 7th.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter request for appropriation transfer of funds.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 2? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And the matter of accepting miscellaneous reports.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 3? Hearing none.
Make a motion to accept.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of approving addendum to a subsidy grant agreement for the Community-Based Corrections Program, non-residential felony regarding Sauter County Adult Probation Department.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 4? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of request for fund transfers.
Questions or comments in regards to item 5? Hearing none.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And we are pulling number 6 at this time, so we're just going to move on to number 7. In the matter of change order between the Sauter County Engineer and Shelley Company regarding the 2021 hot mix materials for additional county road paving and pavement markings.
The particular change order that is being discussed here was recommended and requested approval of the change order from County Engineer Darren LeBrun, the increase of the change order. And here's what we're dealing with, folks. We're dealing with inflation. We're dealing with increasing costs. And unfortunately, suppliers are not willing to hold their pricing for any appreciable time whatsoever in just about every sector of our economy. This is one of those sectors. Petroleum, of course, is a big part of this, but also cost attributed to labor and also transportation. The net increase resulting from this change order is $263,293.39. They are also adding several roads to this, so we're going to be able to get a little bit more bang for our buck here as well. And a couple things that were found out that they needed to take care of since the time of the contract. With that in mind, are there any questions or comments in regards to this change order? I'm sure that you've reviewed it. It's pretty lengthy. It spreads across the entire county. But with that, can we get a motion, or if there's any questions or comments, we'll
The only
dig into that.
comment I'll make, so I believe next year for the hot mix, the city of Portsmouth will be working with the county engineer. I know a lot of times we hear, hey, the city and the county don't cooperate, but I will tell you there's a strong partnership there. And, when we're looking at hot mix, they save quite a bit by combining the townships and now the city, so it's good to hear that that's happening. I know the city will get more bang for their buck in paving their roads as well. It's not connected to this, but it is important to share those collaborations that are going on in the community. But with that, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
And the matter request for appropriation of funds.
Are there any questions or comments in regards to the fund appropriations? There were two items that we might want to draw out for discussion, and that is in regards to 5 cruisers. I call them cruisers. They're SUVs, 3 Dodge Durangos for the Sheriff's Department. Mr. Thurman is utilizing current resources and funds for 5 vehicles that he's paying out of inmate improvement and also out of the Rotary Fund. He does have 2 Rotary positions to fill, that being for Washington and Rush, I believe, was the 2 additions, which means they will have dedicated coverage in those townships. I believe that's for 8 hours a day, and there's some other contractual obligations there as well. But he is purchasing those vehicles, and out of those 5, $142,326 is coming out of 241 inmate, and 244 Rotary is $94,884. So he is paying for the vehicles plus the modifications, equipment, and everything else that goes with that as far as the cars themselves. So with that, is there any other questions or comments in regards to appropriations? Hearing none.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution authorizing the county's pledge of non-tax revenues to secure the repayment of rural industry park loan from the Ohio Department of Development to the Southern Ohio Port Authority to finance construction of an office, warehouse, and logistics facility and related improvements within the county, authorizing the execution of a pledge, security, and cooperation agreement, and all other documents and instruments necessary to secure the repayment of such loan, and authorizing and approving related matters.
This is a continuation of our SOAR Park project, and this is for the RIPL, Rural Industrial Park Loan. This is a continuation of that, and this is where we are pledging non-tax revenues to secure the repayment of the RIPL. Of course, there's a lot of caveats to that loan as far as forgiveness, a percentage of forgiveness over time. Of course, we are in the process of building our building. If it would stop raining, it'd be really nice. And I'll throw that in there. But that's what this is. Is there any other questions or comments in regards to item 9?
I want to thank Economic Development Director Robert Horton, who's sitting here in the room today. Of course, we've been talking about the SOAR project for a while now, and the addition of all these different funding mechanisms, and of course the rural park loan, is what really made this project happen. And there's a lot of good aspects to this loan, and like Commissioner Davis mentioned, the forgiveness of, is it half 59%, even better, 59% of the loan.
Robert's paying the rest. out of his
Robert
pocket.
already fronting the rest, is that right? No? That's not his Christmas gift to the county.
Oh,
But I do appreciate your continued hard work on the project and being able to leverage every funding mechanism out there to grow economic development in the county and ultimately create jobs. So thank you once again. I know we say that often, but it's needed. So thank you.
all right, okay.
I'll make a motion to adopt.
I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of agreement between the Ohio Department of Development and the Scioto County Board of Commissioners regarding housing revolving loan fund,
On this one, we are doing what we always do. We have the CHIP program. Of course, we share that program with the city of Portsmouth. And we were able to secure funding again for this year, coming year. And it's really exciting. We do a lot of great things with the CHIP program as far as remodels and renovations, things like that of homes for existing low to middle income house owners who just have a hard time bridging that gap. And been able to do a lot of great projects for people over the years. This is going to be the continuation of that. But it all starts with this agreement saying that we will do it, okay? And we're telling the folks at the Ohio Department of Development that we are on board. So with that, are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution congratulating Kevin Johnson on his retirement as mayor, 3rd Ward Councilman in Portsmouth, Ohio.
He didn't know this. This was going to happen. Yes, as Mr. Johnson has made it known to the citizens of Portsmouth and Scioto County that he will be leaving office at the end of this year. And I know that you came prepared to say something, but I want to say something to you. Kevin, it has been a pleasure serving with you. I say that, serving with you, of course, you've been Portsmouth City Council, and of course, I being a commissioner, we're commissioners. I say that serving with you because we have had long conversations over the years and worked on several things together. And of course, it takes a village, it takes a city, and it takes a county to make things happen. And I will say this about my friend: you have always been available. You have always been open-minded and willing to discuss even very hard things. And you have done an outstanding job, in my opinion, in serving in your capacity as city councilman, mayor, and doing good things for the citizens of Portsmouth. And for that reason, we do have a resolution for you today. And I don't know, would this be a good time to do this? I think so.
Great time.
We can do this right now. And would you like to stand, sir? Okay. And why don't you come up here and be with us?
And while we do this, I'm going to make a motion to adopt the resolution.
Yes, that would be good. Yes.
I will second. Here you come in.
Mr. Powell?
Oh, okay.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye. All right. Okay. Whereas.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You're getting pictures?
Yeah, he's got it. Okay. Live on Facebook. All right. Whereas Kevin Johnson began his career in 2012. Did we get that right? With Portsmouth City Council. Yes. Yeah.
I'm going to have to count.
Okay. where he was appointed as mayor, 3rd Ward Councilman, and then elected in 2013. And whereas Kevin continued on his career of public service, working for the city of Portsmouth and winning 2 elections. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Where he served the city for nearly 9 years, and whereas during his service to the city, he has overseen significant change in the city's financial status, along with the decision to include a city manager. Kevin will retire at the end of his term, and whereas Kevin has had a long career in the public, where he also served as a radio host and was known as the Captain, Kevin
you're sure
Johnson, and where he continues to serve on other boards in the community, and whereas Kevin has been married to his wonderful wife, Angela Byers Johnson, for 13 years, and says that he feels led to move on to different things, which has been brought on through his faith, which is a vital part of his life. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of County Commissioners, DeSoto County, Ohio, congratulates Kevin E. Johnson on his retirement and wishes that his journey beyond the role as mayor is filled with happiness and health on this 16th day of December in the year of our Lord 2021. To each one of us said aye. And you witnessed that. You witnessed that. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, Mr. Commissioner.
We'll get a picture of you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you so very much. I'm very humbled. I'm very honored. Thank you.
We'll get a picture here if you want to turn that
This one's
around.
for the
We'll-
history
If I
books.
turn this way.
Yeah. Frames are expensive today, Ken.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much, Commissioners.
And I think Kevin would like to say something. We can do that at the end of the meeting, if that's okay with you, Kevin?
Oh, sure.
Okay, all righty.
And while Kevin's finding his seat, I want to add, I always make it a point to watch city council, watch the city manager meetings, and to see him conduct those meetings in a manner that is respectable and that just keeps everybody, the way you're able to navigate sometimes contentious issues throughout the years, it's commemorable, and your voice of reason and your demeanor will sorely be missed, I'm sure. And we wish the new council members, best of luck. It's a working relationship. We succeed or we fail together. And so we wish them success, and of course we wish you the best wishes and what you're choosing to do going forward. And I know it'll still be great things in the community, so thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We're looking forward to that mayoral run in Eifert.
Eifert is
Or
up for
Efert.
grabs.
Okay. Citizens of Eifert,
You have a new leader.
you have a new leader. He's coming. He's gonna move out to Eifert, and he's gonna
Oh, my goodness.
lead you to higher ground.
We should probably,
Literally.
we should probably clarify that's been an ongoing joke.
Yes, it
Okay,
has.
great.
Actually, the E is for Eiferts.
Kevin Eifert Johnson. We will probably be corrected in the pronunciation of Eifert here in the
Oh,
very
wow, that's-
soon, very soon. So anyways,
Controversy, yeah.
plenty of time to talk about that stuff. All right, so
I just
let's.
have one thing to say.
Yes, go right
Kevin,
ahead.
I know that you remember this conversation from the very first time I met you. I conveyed to you, and it's rare that that people have this ability
You're
to
reading it, it's right
inspire you just by your presence and how you handled yourself and done your job. But I always felt like we were in good hands when you were mayor, because I knew that you were protecting all of us. And I certainly hope whoever comes along has that same quality, because we're sure going to miss you. I know I am.
Thank you so much. And trying to keep these guys in line.
It's hard.
That probably is my sole reason for being here.
Oh, full-time job there.
Yes, sir.
Is our
Okay.
hazard pay connected with that?
Yes.
Goodness gracious. All right.
Oh, so much.
And I want to say this too, and I hope I don't rub anybody the wrong way here, but I appreciate your support for our police and our fire. I really do. Unwavering support. We are in a tough times right now, very difficult times. Our law enforcement needs all the support they can get. They don't have to worry. They shouldn't have to worry about funding and future, whether or not they're going to have jobs in the future. It's hard enough for them dealing with the unruly public and the fact that we do have rising crime right now. We do, and because of that, they need all the support they can get from us. And then our fire, here, county commissioners really don't deal with fire other than we support our volunteer fire departments, and that's more of a trustee level situation, although we've worked with them on Mark's radios and things like that, and we attend their meetings, every once in a while, but that's really at the township level, where here in the city, it's a major issue, investment. It's something that's required and something that's needed, and they're stretched so thin right now with EMS and everything else. They too don't need to worry about these things. And I'm very proud to say that I've watched you stand and be that sometimes that firing line, you know, to take the fire for that, but you have stood beside them unwavering, and that's really what they need right now. Is they need our support. They don't need question marks in the air as far as who supports them and who doesn't. We all need to get behind them, and I know that there's budgets, and I know that there's considerations, things like that have to be considered, but there's a way to do that, a right way to do that, and I appreciate your unwavering support for them, and I think that Portsmouth's better for it. I really do. And, you know, I own property. I care about those things, but these are my neighbors. These are my friends and here in Portsmouth. And you know, the people of Portsmouth elect us too. And, you know, I've always felt good about you being on council because you shared a lot of the same conservative values and the compassion for our people along with us. So I just appreciate you a whole lot, and you know that. I tell you that all the time. And but you're a friend, a dear friend, and I look forward to what the Lord's going to use you for in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. It's very nice.
All right, number 12. We have another resolution. Go ahead and read that, and we'll.
Okay, in the matter of resolution congratulating Emma Brown on her 103rd birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Sitting there, you go. Scotty's got all the details on this one.
Resolution. You know, friends of Emma, you know, reached out and said, "Hey, would you mind sending her a birthday card? We're trying to get 103 birthday cards." And I said, "We'll do one better. We'll do a resolution. We'll send that to her because I don't know many people that have hit this benchmark, and there won't be many that do that follows. But very interesting resolution here, and the things that Emma has seen." Whereas Emma Brown was born in 1918, which makes her a centurion +3, and whereas Emma has seen many changes in this country over the past 103 years, including watching 19 presidents take office and multiple wars that have happened over her lifetime, and whereas Emma has known many devastating times through wars, in addition to the Spanish flu pandemic and the most recent COVID-19 pandemic, which have claimed the lives of many, whereas Emma was born in the year that daylight savings time was enacted, God Bless America was written by Irving Berlin, the first woman was allowed to join the Marine Corps, and the first fortune cookie was invented. And whereas there have been many things Emma has experienced, including when women were first given the right to vote in 1920, the first television was brought out, a prototype, in 1927, the first microwave in 1947, and when the first man walked on the moon in 1969. Whereas Emma has seen over the past 103 years what some of us will only read about in the history books. Now for there be resolved that the Board of County Commissioners, Sauter County, Ohio, congratulates Emma Brown on her 103rd birthday and wish her the very best with happiness and health on this 16th day of December.
That's amazing.
Congratulations, Emma.
Yeah.
Wish you very well and hope you have a great birthday. And hopefully there's just 103 written candles versus 103 candles, because it's going to take a while to light this. But congratulations.
I just want to add an interesting fact about her. My daughter works at IGA. She still comes in and does her shopping. She drives herself to the store. She does her own shopping. She's got it going.
That's great.
So we really, I want to wish her a happy birthday this day.
It's amazing. Okay.
Need a motion for the adoption of the resolution.
Let's see, I will make a motion to adopt the resolution.
And I will second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye. Happy birthday, Emma.
In the matter of amendment to the resolution regarding the expenditure of American Rescue Plan fiscal recovery funds for the pump track, this was to include the performance bond.
Yeah,
Yes,
we had to add that to the expenditures. Is there any questions or comments in regards to item 13? Hearing none.
Make a motion to adopt.
I will second.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of pay increase for bargaining unit employees regarding the Scioto County Job and Family Services.
Items 14 and 15, item 14 deal with the bargaining unit agreement that's already been signed between JNFS and AFSCME. Is there any questions or comments in regards to the 3% raise? Hearing none?
Motion to approve.
A second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In a matter of pay increase for non-bargaining unit employees regarding Scioto County Department of Job and Family Services.
It's an equal increase of 3%. Are there any questions or comments in regards to non-bargaining? Hearing none?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In the matter of communication, requesting a reappointment to the Scioto County Children's Services Board, and this is from Don Keller.
This is for reappointment of Dawn Keller, which was just said. Questions or comments? Hearing none?
Well, I was just going to thank Dawn for her continued service on the board. It's a tough board.
Yes.
And Mayor Johnson serves on that board as well, so they tackle some of the county's toughest issues and the growing population that they service. So thank you, Don, for your service and your continued willingness to serve.
I will, I agree, I did mention that Dawn is also going through some concerns with a family member, and she has a lot of worries and things other than serving on the board, and she's doing both very well. She's in our prayers.
Okay, with that?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman.
Aye.
Mr. Powell.
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
In a matter of resolution regarding the expenditure of American Rescue Plan fiscal recovery funds regarding the sheriff vehicles.
Okay, on this one, we have some flexibility with our American Recovery Act funds, ARPA funds. And one of those things that we can do is purchase vehicles that have COVID safety precautions built into them. These are for 10 2022 Dodge Pursuit all-wheel drive Durango vehicles. We are still replacing some very old vehicles, some Dodge Chargers that are in our fleet, yes, thank you, in our fleet, and they are aged and they are getting up there in miles. We're starting to see more in maintenance costs that you're basically putting good money after bad, and it's just we're starting to see increased costs there. So we met with Sheriff Thurman. We had a really good discussion as far as what the fleet looks like moving forward. We are also doing this as a really trying to get ahead, because there's a lot of discussion about 2022 vehicles being available in 2022. The automobile industry continues to have problems, and because of that, we're trying to get ahead of it to make sure that we have our equipment in place and we have them reserved in place. So that's another part of this that we're just trying to get ahead. So this will actually be non-general fund dollars. These will be ARPA dollars spent, which are federal dollars, which can be used for the COVID package, which means the air is filtered. It's all of that in these vehicles. So that is an allowable expense by an opinion of our prosecutor's office. So we are going to do that. We're presenting it today to see if it's something that we want to do, and that would make a total of 15 vehicles that we'll could approve today. So with that, is there any questions or comments, any discussion in regards to these purchases?
I'll just make mention that, appreciate Sheriff Thurman and the work that he continues to do for the county. He had a big lift, and through this past year, he's really done an excellent job. And as Commissioner Davis said earlier, at a time when our men and women in law enforcement are under scrutiny for defunding or whatever, it's so important that we're investing in them and their safety, because they are the ones that are protecting our families and our friends and keeping our community safe. So, you know, this is another way that we can help serve them while they're serving us. So, thank you, continued thank you to the sheriff and his department. And yeah, this is a worthwhile cause to get them vehicles that are appropriate, and two, to you know, keep them safe and give them adequate equipment. So, thank you.
Anything else?
I know.
No? Okay.
Make a
So-
motion to adopt.
And I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of approving the payment of the regular schedule of accounts for the various funds, moral obligations, and the then and now certificates, and the total amount of $3,020,934.75.
Any questions or comments in regards to item 18? Hearing none?
Do I really have to approve this?
Well, a lot of it's, I know, a lot of it is sewer. Yeah, a lot of it is that number, well over 2 million. So yeah, we were all a
big
little
number.
taken aback. Even our clerk
Even
was
me,
taken aback
yeah.
by that one, yeah. But it's all,
Most of it's sewer, right?
yeah, right, so.
Well, with that being said, I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of approving payment of the wellness incentive docket, now this one's little, it's only $322.56.
So they balance each other, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
at all, not at all. Is there any questions or comments as to the $322.56, which was earned by employees
Yes. Three
for being
people.
well,
Yes.
for participating in the wellness program? We love that. And
It
there was a
three
little bit of
people-
cleanup there we
yeah,
needed
just
to
three
do.
people that weren't included in the original one that appealed, and they were awarded.
They
'cause
appealed.
They did the deed.
I was well.
Yes.
I worked hard,
Yes.
and they did. So yeah, $322.56.
Make a motion to approve.
And I'll second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye.
In the matter of resolution adopting appropriations for the general fund and various funds for the year ending December 31st, 2022.
Oh. Okay, so this is the budget. This is our annual appropriation resolution for general fund and various funds. The general fund appropriation for this year, for the budget, for 2022 is $18,117,350. General fund, all funds is $78,154,598.56. Something we have done for several years now is we only appropriate what is deemed sufficient as far as estimated revenues by the Budget Commission. Heading into next year, it's worked out for us really well by doing that. Our office holders have done a really good job of holding the line on spending, and we continue to benefit from that. And we've made some wise investments, wise decisions, and we'll be able to speak more about how we're going to end 2022, or 2021. Boy, I'm just wanting to jump into 2022 right now. But what we're seeing is at the end of November, we had already exceeded projected revenues for the county by the end of November, and we're seeing a very healthy carryover projection, and we're also seeing a great emergency fund balance. So we have a lot of strengths going on right now, a lot of fiscal positivity going on, and we're going to continue down that road, I hope, in 2022. But with that, this is the general fund budget, as well as various funds, and it is very thick, and I appreciate the work that our clerk puts into this. We start this process in May. We start getting projected costs associated with our budgets in May, and we start down this process and we see how things are going, and there's some things that pop up every once in a while that we have to take into consideration. Things that have happened this week and last week that are happening, but we are going to finish balanced. We are in the black. Things are looking very positive, and we're very excited about next year. Our county is growing. Our revenue bases are growing. Our economy is growing. Our unemployment is down, but we're not where we need to be. We have a lot of work left to do, and we're sharing these same sentiments in a lot of ways with the city of Portsmouth too. City of Portsmouth, Kevin, of course, can speak to that more, but they, from what we're hearing from Auditor Williams, we got a little bit of a breakdown from him on how things are going, and everything seems to be headed in a positive direction, no doubt, due to the leadership of the mayor and and of course the city manager and the council. They all do a good job, and we appreciate them. But with that, we do need to approve this budget. I'm glad that we're able to do so without deficits. I'm glad that we're able to do so, and we're heading in to 2022 with a full head of steam, and got a lot on the table and a lot happening. So with that, could we get a motion to approve the budget for 2022?
I will make a motion to adopt.
And I have a second.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
I do want to echo thank you to our clerk, Jen, for all the work you've put into this. It's a lot, and quite honestly, it's the most important role that we have as commissioners, is to make sure that the county is healthy financially, and it's good to see that we are in a very strong standing, which allows us to do economic development, and allows us to do matching grants, and allows us to do everything that the citizens expect from us. And if you don't have money, you can't do those things. So it's very encouraging, but thank you to all the work and to the office holders for keeping their spending in line and being mindful of that as well.
Thank you. In the matter of resolution regarding the expenditure of the American Rescue Plan fiscal recovery funds regarding the wastewater treatment plants.
This particular resolution is in regards to several projects that we are wanting to do. Our sanitary engineer, J.P. Picklesheimer, came and presented to us the need for dollars to do several upgrades to two of our plants, two major plants, one being Lucasville, one being Willersburg. And the idea is, through these expenditures, we're going to be able to save money long term. And we looked at that, and there's some rehabilitation and upgrades to do. And it's really very positive. We're going to utilize, and what we're planning on trying to do is utilize ARPA funds to pay for this as well. Again, these are non-general fund revenues. So we're going to be able to do upgrades that would save money, and also long-term, and also raise the value of our facilities, which is important. It raise the value of the buildings and the facilities for the citizens of the county. So as part of this, and I hope I capture all of this. I don't think we have just to give everybody an idea of what we're talking about. There's two dollar values here. The upgrade for the rehabilitation and upgrade of Lucasville wastewater treatment plant. It has to deal with planning, design, and construction, $222,633. And then the Willersburg wastewater treatment plant for the planning, design, construction, rehabilitation, and upgrading, we're looking at $465,000 there. So a lot of that is about building where we're going to be able to use that and handle a lot of the sludge and things like that, compressing the sludge and moving the sludge. We're not going to have to utilize outside resources as much on that, and it actually, one thing that it does do, and something that they'll be able to do, is that it's going to create compost and fertilizer, and our local agriculture community can use that. So it's just another way to help our local farmers, which is huge. I mean, agriculture is huge for our community, so and that community is robust, so we need to do what we can to support that. So with that, is there any discussion or comments from my colleagues?
I'll make a motion to adopt.
And I'll second.
Mr. Powell,
Aye.
Ms. Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Davis.
Aye.
And that is all on the agenda for now.
Okay. All righty. And by the way, I'll just throw this in, and I want to read this because it talks a lot about the sludge on that. And I think this is important for everybody to know because there's so much science that goes in, believe it or not, to what they do there. But it treats the sludge, removes pathogens to below detectable levels, and eliminates the need to haul the sludge to landfills. It reduces vector attrition, which that's fancy wording, which actually what that does is it reduces the potential for transmitting disease, which is very important. Pathogens and biosolids, things like that. And with COVID and things like that, it's very important for us to be conscious of that. So we will be having, it helps us with safer use of our wastewater and make us a better, healthier community. Okay? With that, we have reached the end of our agenda. And would there be any questions from the public, or the press, I'm sorry, at this time? Go right ahead.
All right. Colin Dockerman says, are there any changes that you would like to preview that are being discussed for amendment in your organizational meeting come January?
I don't know. We're just not there yet.
Until we get there.
We're not there yet. That's something that we'll discuss in January, I guess. We'll see. We'll see what's coming.
And then Emma Purdue, it's not a question, but I felt you would want to hear it, says, she's a blessing and a very strong woman. I'm proud to say she's my great-grandmother. And I believe that was referring to Emma Brown.
Very cool.
Yeah, neat. All right. At this time, I would really like to turn this over to the public, and the public being Kevin E. Johnson. And if you could turn the camera toward Kevin. This will be Kevin's last address to this Board of County Commissioners as mayor.
As mayor, and I'm not for certain, I know in council, we always ask to state the name and the address for the record, so
Yeah.
my name is Kevin E. Johnson, and I'm 1646 Grant Street, Portsmouth, Ohio, resident of Scioto County, and very proud to be a resident of Scioto County. Good morning, honorable commissioners, Commissioner Coleman, Commissioner Powell, Commissioner Davis. First of all, thank you so much. I'm humbled. I'm at a loss for words, which that doesn't happen too often. If you don't believe me, ask my family. I still have to reflect from notes, and don't worry, this whole notebook isn't full of notes this morning. I will honor the 5-minute time limit rule that we use at council.
Okay.
You know, prior to 2012, I didn't have to use these, and my hair was blonde and a lot thicker too back then, but I hope you don't mind. I'd like to talk a little bit about city council. 2000, when I first came on city council, approximately 10 years ago, I look back at that time, and as all of you, when you were new commissioners, I remember that nervousness, that feeling, okay, here I am, now what? Now where do we go from here? And I remember that, and I told council the other night to please work with the new council members, and when they have questions, help them and reach out to them and treat them with civility. And I think back to my early days on council, and I think where we were as a city. I remember we would have special budget meetings on Saturdays, and I remember how lean things were at one time. I remember departments being in the red. I remember looking at certain cuts that we might have to make, some that we did and some that we didn't end up having to, but we thought we may. And then I fast forward 10 years to where we are now. And I'm very pleased to say, the city of Portsmouth, every department is now in the black. I believe, and this would be a Trent question, but I believe our general is somewhere around $11 million or so. What's $1 million or $2, right? Give or take. We have a lot of positive projects happening. We have a levee project, which is many millions of dollars, thanks to the Army Corps of Engineers, which is going to be bringing contractors to this area. There's going to be dollars spent in this area. We're going to be improving our levee. Council worked together. We came up with a plan for the ball fields, because there's ball fields, and Little League is very important. We all know that. Our youth are very important. And so we came up with a plan of placing other ball fields strategically throughout the community to where we won't miss a beat when it comes to ball. Once this project is done, the contractors will put the ball fields back to where they were prior. This is a wonderful project that's happening. This is but one of many. We have a water treatment plant that's we're in the beginning process of this, which is many millions. I saw you a while ago when you looked, you said, do I have to approve this? I kind of felt that way when I saw all those zeros. We have, it maybe some of you heard this at our meeting before last. We are looking at running a pipe from Ohio to Kentucky, and I never would have thought this would have been possible. South Shore is interested. South Shore, Kentucky. To my Kentucky friends, good morning and hello. There's an interest in us providing water to South Shore. And wow, just to hear the construction aspect of this. But this is something we're looking into. Of course, our river development, several million-dollar project that's happening there, and all of our downtown development, and what's going on with our Boney Fiddle district. I could go on and on and on. There's so many great things happening in Portsmouth, just as it is throughout Scioto County, and we're excited about this. Our city is a cleaner city than what it used to be. And when I say clean, one of my issues that I talked about all the time was people littering, was houses that were falling in, dilapidated properties, and yards that needed cut, and well, we now have code enforcement in our city that if you look around, you're not seeing what you see a few years ago. You're seeing cleaner streets, you're seeing cleaner alleys, you're seeing grass cut, you're seeing buildings that can't be repaired or restored, knocked down in green space, and folks buying that property and doing something with it. There's so many great things that's happening in our city, and so many great things that's happening in our county. I want to my commissioners, wish you, because I don't want to stand up here and talk about the city the whole time. I could, but I don't want to do that. I want to wish you, obviously, holiday greetings and the merriest of Christmas and the happiest of New Year's from all of us at City Council. And I want you to think for just a second. I want you to say this number, 2022.
2022.
2022. Can you grasp that number?
Yeah.
2022. What does this new year have in store for us? What does it have in store for our families, our city, our county? Well, let's think. Economical growth? New employment opportunities? New infrastructure. I like infrastructure. New infrastructure. And most of all, a light at the end of the tunnel on this dreaded COVID.
Yes.
Well, it's impossible to know what this future holds. I think all of us here in this room know who holds the future, don't we? And that's exciting right there. And we also know, and the citizens of Scioto County, Rob, know that we have a solid team of leadership here with our commissioners that we can count on for 2022. That's very exciting. That's very positive. As my time on City Council and my term as mayor winds down, I say with honor and gratitude, it's been a complete privilege to serve with each of you commissioners. But I'd be remiss if I didn't also mention, with all due respect, Commissioner Coleman, it was an honor to serve with your husband, Doug, as well. Wonderful man. It was also an honor to serve with Commissioner Crabtree, who served our county brilliantly and did a wonderful job. I was very honored to serve with them. I've watched as your leadership, each of you, has steered our community through a lot of storms, economical hardships. The past few years, again, I hate to keep saying this, but the COVID pandemic. But you have steered us through this, and despite all the crises we faced, the leadership of our commissioners has given us all the strength to endure these hardships. And now we see developments in every direction of our county. We're seeing our key resources again being utilized, the rails, the highway, the river, and can I say some exciting news out at the airport, that area. There's so many things that's happening in our county. And I thank you for working so hard for that. But I don't just thank you, I thank our county workers. I said the other day about our city workers and the tremendous job that they do, but I also want to take time to acknowledge all of our county workers. The ones that do from the offices to out in the field to wherever they may be. Your county workers are some of the finest. And I want to commend them for their jobs and thank them for their jobs today. I encourage whomever may be our new mayor, I encourage this body of council to work side by side with our commissioners, to work together as a team, because there's nothing that we can't do together as a team.
That's right.
I love this city. I love this county. And I'm going to end with the words that I said the other night. I still believe for our county that our best days are still ahead of us. Commissioners, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I wish you the happiest of holidays, and God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, Kevin. Appreciate that. And we will miss your presence on council. But they've got a couple of good men joining them there, and I think that they'll continue to move forward. And but we appreciate your leadership and everything that you've done, and look forward to your tenure of the mayor of Iford.
I can't wait to see that campaign later.
I know. Yeah.
I'm going to head out 140 after this.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to, because you got some splaining to do.
We got a couple doors to knock on out there.
No, we can laugh and we can, and that's the important thing. Right now, we need to laugh more. We do, and we need to understand too. And whenever there was this time when we all entered the fray of politics, and we hate to even use the word. Politics is a word that we don't like to discuss. I prefer public servant much more, but when we entered the fray of politics, it seems like everybody thinks that you're supposed to be stoic and serious all the time and things like that. But folks, I got to tell you, there's times it is very welcome when we can laugh and enjoy, the presence of our fellow councilmen and other elected officials, and it is very much a joy to do that. Okay, so at this time, is there any other? There is another question. Okay.
Sorry, it's Kim Lawless. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. It
Okay.
says, can someone get me a sign on Main Street, a hidden driveway, because I get hurt, 949 Main? I'm not sure
Yes,
who that's
and that is a township issue with, I think it's Porter Township. We can reach out again on that. I'm familiar with where she's at. It's up near Sodadale, actually, but we'll reach out. It's a gray area is what it is, but we will. I'll write that down right now and see what we can do. Okay, Kim, thank you for reaching out to us. I wasn't aware that it wasn't fixed yet, but we'll check into it. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Well, at this time, are we going to recess?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have any comments?
Are there any
Are we
comments?
recessing
Yes.
completely?
You know what? I did not ask, and I apologize for that. Ms. Coleman, would you have anything you would like to add at this time?
I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I just want to take a moment to praise our Heavenly Father for all the blessings bestowed upon me and this county, and those, we have gone through some trying times, and with Him by our side, we will get through this and see brighter days. And so just when you go home for your holiday, hold your family dear and your friends, and take care.
All right, and Mr. Powell?
Yeah, I just want to reflect briefly on the past year. It has been the the biggest honor to serve with both of you. Gosh, we've had a lot of fun, and you start looking back at all the progress and the investment in the county from economic development and everything that's happening out at SOAR and the industrial corridor to how we've been supporting our sheriff and getting, his operations where they need to be. And then as you start looking at recreation with the pump track has been wildly successful, and the investment at the 14th Street Community Center, 17th Street Community Center. We can go on and on. We could probably forget some things. Had the opportunity to spend the weekend in the Children's Museum. I know we supported that project. To quote my 9-year-old son Sawyer, he said, "This is kind of like Coastside, but a lot better."
Wow.
So
Impressive.
there's a lot of good happening in the county, and it's still, I think, just a glimpse of what's to come. I know there's a lot of projects lined up for 22 already. I know I'm working on multiple recreational opportunities. Working on some brownfield remediation, which for the Coke plant would be great. I know Robert's been working hard on that. More economic development, more infrastructure. So there's a lot in store for the county. There's still a lot to come. So, but once again, thank you, both of you, for your guidance and your leadership in making this first year enjoyable and easy to navigate. And then also thank you to our county employees. Thank you to our clerks for supporting us. We could not do this job without them. There's no way. There's just no way. So, and I know we don't say thank you enough. So thank you to both Jen and Amanda. And then we'll just leave it at Merry Christmas to everyone in the county. Spend time with your family. Moments are too fleeting, and find a church to go to. Celebrate Christmas in the season, whether it be Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Celebrate truly what this time of year is about, and of course all the other activities. But that's where I'll leave it at. So thank you both.
I would just like to add, and of course, both of you really spelled it all out. I just wanted to expound on a couple of things, and of course, I'm thankful for Christmas and what it means to me and our families and our extended families. And I count, of course, the Commissioner's office as part of my extended family, as well as all the offices here at the courthouse. But God has truly been faithful this year. We have gone through a hard time. One of the things we was talking about up at Winter Conference is no one printed a commissioner's handbook on commissioning during a pandemic. I wish the people back in 1918 had done that, but they didn't do that. And so a lot of what we've dealt with has been a lot of trial and error and anguish and maybe alone times trying to figure out exactly what do you do next and what can you do to help protect and save lives. And a lot of that was out of our control. There's several things, of course, the Ohio Department of Health and then our local health departments were doing everything they can and still are. We really are not post-pandemic. We're still dealing with that, and we need to continue to pray for those that are sick, but then pray for the families of those that have been lost. This Christmas will be very hard on a lot of families and friends of ours that were lost, and then, of course, their families. So it's just a very hard time, and we want to lift them up at this time and really say our prayers for them and try to be an encouragement to them. Scotty mentioned something very important as far as finding time to go to church. This Sunday is Christmas Sunday at churches. It's the Sunday before Christmas, and it just falls really weird this year. Next year, you won't have to worry about that. Next year, Christmas actually falls on Sunday. But this year, it's falling a little bit differently. And so, yeah, please seek out a place of worship and really keep it within perspective what this holiday is really all about. It's not 100% about presents and those things, and though giving is very important this time of year, but for some reason we've commercialized Christmas to the point that it's almost ridiculous. But it really is all about God's Son, and we need to keep that in mind. A couple of good things going on. Scotty mentioned land bank, the brownfield remediation, and some amazing things going on there. We have been trying for several years to get the Coke plant, the former New Boston Coke plant, in a position to be able to remediate. It is hard to believe, but the plant closed in 2002. We are approaching, well, 20 years that site has languished. And we're glad to be able to say that is now in the hands of the Scioto County Land Reutilization Corporation. The 22 acres, the west acreage, where the ovens are, the stack, water filtration plant, places like that, is now in the hands of the land bank. We're going to be applying for remediation funds. That project is going to cost north of $10 million to do, minimum, I think. Of course, I think it's going to go up as we go along, the longer it takes us to actually do this project. We do have $1 million, so if anybody has some money out there that you're wondering what you could spend it on, we are taking donations. Be more than happy to take that money and remediate. As part of that, of course, the city has mentioned they're doing a water plant back there, and one of the things they're going to do is put in a new intake line for the water plant, and that's going to go through some land bank property, so there's going to be some easements there. We're going to do some cleaning and make sure that easement's good and clean. So there's a lot of collaboration going on in that realm. The idea is to get that site cleaned up and get it abated the best we can, and hopefully be able to do some development on that property and get it back on the tax rolls. This is the last great piece of what was the former steel mill complex, and this is going to take some doing, but there's a lot of good people working on this on many levels to try to get this done. So we're doing that, and we're working hard on that, and this year should be very interesting to see what we're able to get done. We've been in contact with the governor's office. We've been in contact with the lieutenant governor. We've talked about certain aspects of this that we really need some help. And we are going to do everything we can to apply for the brownfield funds, and we really feel confident the fact that we already have our EPA assessment done. We're ready to roll. We've got our ducks in a row, as they say, that we're going to be able to apply for more funds and hopefully get this thing 100% funded. So we'll do what we can and definitely get this blight removed from our community and get it developable. And then on top of that, we're closing out a project out in Twin Valley. Residents of Clay Township out on 139 would be very glad to hear that the bulk plant that was the former Bilo 76, you name it, whoever was there over the years, that bulk station has now been remediated. The tanks are out of the ground. The plant itself's been removed. The building itself has been removed. And we're getting close to getting that one done. So that's remediation light and a warm up for what we're about to do in New Boston. So it's going to be interesting, and to say the least, and we're excited about that. And then we are applying for more funds for tear down for blighted houses. I know that Andy Gideon will be very glad to hear that. We have already told the city's Land Reutilization Corporation program to put together their list. And there are houses, unfortunately, that can't be rehabbed, that are beyond repair, and those are the ones we're targeting. And also commercial structures, we're able to do that as well. So this round is a little bit different. We don't have to take ownership of the houses, which is amazing, I think. And we can do commercial structures, which we have several blighted commercial structures. So we'll be tackling that, which will be huge for this coming year. It'll just be giant. I sat with Kathy on the land bank board, and you're well aware of the scope of what we're about to do. So it's going to get interesting, to say the least. And then I'll just close with this. You know, we were named Ohio's Christmas County last week.
We named it ourselves.
We claimed it. We named it, and we claimed it. And well, you know what? Prove us wrong. So we are doing that, and I would like to say this is the last weekend for the Christmas Cave because of the way it falls. The weekends fall differently. So if you show up on Christmas Eve to the Christmas Cave, there won't be anybody there. So you need to come this weekend, okay? And so far we have had over 26,000 people come through the Christmas Cave in 4 weekends. That's 8 days, 26,000 people. And we have this weekend, Friday and Saturday, open from 4 to 10. We are expecting large crowds, so get there early on each day if you can, or come very late each day, whichever one you are. If you're a night owl, then maybe that's your thing, you'll come late. But it'll be very full, and we've had people from 27 states and 13 countries visit this year that we know of. So it's really great. The economy in Memphis has boomed over the last 4 weeks, and everybody's busy. So we wanted to add that and just share that with the community. And please come out and be with the fine folks out at the Christmas Cave, as well as Winterfest going on this weekend. And hopefully the temperature will drop so they can get that ice skating going, and folks come out and enjoy what all Sauter County has to offer, because we have a lot to offer in the city and the county. And come out and see us. Okay? With that, anything else?
Can't think of anything right now.
Okay, so we will make a motion to recess.
I'll make the motion to recess.
And I will second.
Mr. Powell?
Aye.
Ms. Coleman?
Aye.
Mr. Davis?
Aye, thank you. And now we're going to do letters to Santa, so don't turn us off, buddy. Don't do that.
This is the most important thing we'll
This
do
is-
today.
Yeah, this is big on the agenda. And we have been doing letters to Santa for several weeks now. And you guys want to separate these out? We got a bunch today.
Really?
We do, yeah, we have several.
I don't know who this
I-
is, but it's okay. Santa knows.
Brian?
Oh, this is good, yes.
He's here.
Hmm?
He's here.
We'll hand these off, yeah.
Santa's here? Santa's here. Santa is here. Santa is in the house. Come on up here, Santa. Come up here. Yes, you know what? This is going to save us postage and forwarding these to
Here, tell you what,
Santa. Santa, this is awesome. We want a
I
picture
will
with
give you
Santa.
my seat.
My goodness, how often? Oh, Santa is going to sit in on the meeting.
Yeah.
All right, so this is good. Let's separate these out, and
I'll
you'll
You
take
want me
that
to
one.
have one too? Yeah.
Okay, and wow, this is neat. Look at this, Santa. Check that out. Well, huh, yeah, that looks real good, doesn't it? And here you go. Here's another one for you.
Alright.
We got all kinds of them here. I'm going to take the ones that are easier to read.
Well, that's nice of you.
Okay, and I'm going to. Isn't it that you know I've been a good boy
Yeah.
this year? Yeah. Okay. See everybody. Did you hear that from the big man himself? Okay, and then we'll give this one for you to read. Would that be okay? I can do that too. Okay, all right. So, so we will start. Now, the way this works is we read the letters, but then we forward them to you. You've received, dozens of letters.
Yes, dozens.
And we always give our recommendations, Mayor. We pass that along to Santa, and then we, kind of a little extra umph there with it, and Santa always delivers. He always
The one that's
delivers.
hard to read might be from me.
Yeah, well,
The one with the
Yeah.
bad penmanship, that might be me.
has he been good?
I thought he was on the naughty list.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay.
Depends on who you ask.
Yeah. Okay, so would you like to
I
start?
can start, and Santa, this is mailed to the North Pole, but we'll just hand it over to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To Santa from, is that Marty or Maddie?
Looks like a Marty.
Marty. And Marty has drawn a picture of himself, and I really appreciate that. So let's move on to there's another picture here. He said the Grinch stole Christmas.
The Grinch. Nobody likes that guy. Does anybody like that guy?
Yeah.
Hey, watch out for the Grinch, because you never know when he's going to come in here. We don't like Grinch around here. We keep him out of the office if we can. Every once in a while he comes by, and we tell him to leave because you know what he does. He steals Christmas.
Yes, that's no good.
So if he shows up, that's no good. I like that. So has he been good? Has the Grinch been good?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, all right. So we want to keep an eye out for him. You never know when he might sneak in the room. So go ahead and read the letter.
Okay. Dear Santa, I have been very good this year, and I got all A's except one. I got a B. But other than that, I've been very good in my opinion. So I was thinking about what I want for Christmas. I would like a Nintendo Mini Lite puppy and some games. The Mini Lite, like
For the
Anim-
mini light.
For the Mini Lite,
Yeah.
like Animal Crossing, Fortnite, and Minecraft, and some V-Bucks,
V-Bucks
woo,
for
for a
Fortnite.
fortnight.
Yeah.
And he's drawn another picture down here, and it's a Christmas tree, and it's a present.
Grinch is behind you.
Oh!
We have said time and time again, the Grinch cannot come in here. What are you here to do? Are you here to steal Christmas? Oh my goodness, Santa, what will we do? We can't have that. My goodness, where's law enforcement when you need them?
Not here.
Not here when you need them. So the Grinch is going to hang out with us for a while. Is that all right? But you cannot take Christmas
Or these letters.
or these letters because they're for him, not you. Okay, all right.
Oh, my
Okay.
goodness. Well, Maddie, and it is Maddie here, because he signed it again, and I can read it now. He was concerned about Grinch stealing Christmas, so I'm going to keep the Grinch behind me. And that was the end of Maddie's letter. And it's a very nice letter. And
Hold on to that letter. Here, let's pass that letter to
And I'm
Santa.
so proud of Maddie for getting all A's, except that one B, but B's are good, so I'm very proud of Maddie.
Very good. All right, Scott.
All right, well, I have a letter, but there's no name, so Santa, you're gonna have to use your Christmas magic. You probably know who this face is. I'm guessing that's them, so you'll, yeah, you know who that is. But it reads, Dear Santa, I have been a good boy, and I made an A honor roll on my report card. I want a knife and a hiking backpack that holds water, please.
Awesome.
Yeah, outdoorsman.
Very
good,
nice.
yes.
Very nice. Do you have one of those backpacks, Grinch? You do? Okay.
He stole it, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. All right, this is from Macy, and Santa, I want you to see this. I want everybody to see this. Look what Macy drew. She made a Christmas tree and everything, just for you. And do you say ho ho? Do you do ho ho ho?
I can.
You can't? You got a scratchy throat, or just okay?
He's saving it.
Yeah, you gotta
for
save it. You gotta
Christmas.
save
He's
it
got a
for
big
Christmas.
weekend coming up.
He does.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, my name is Macy, and what I want is a soft pillow.
What?
A soft pillow. And that's what Macy wants. Santa, do you have one of those?
Yes, we
You have one of those? Okay.
Yes, we can take care of that.
Yes, sir.
Maybe one of those sleep number pillows or sleep, yeah, whatever it's called. I don't know. Mike Lindell's sleep, yeah. Sleep.
Okay, I have another letter here from, oh, this is interesting. On the address on the envelope, Santa, question mark, is that you? Question mark. 602 7th Street, room 310, Portsmouth, Ohio. Well, yes, it is Santa.
Yes, it's me.
Yes, it is. Hello. Thank you for receiving our letters to Santa. Our home is 211 2nd Avenue Front, Chesapeake, Ohio, 45619. My name is Chastity Hamlin. I am a single mother working full-time. My children are true life lovers who get up every day and give 100%. They are both straight A students and enjoy all kinds of activities. Anything helps at Christmas time. Thank you. Cheryl Hamlin. She's got her phone number on here. P.S. I got this from the WSAZ News Channel. My apologies if this reaches the incorrect address.
Awesome,
That's
awesome.
wonderful.
Very nice.
All right, I have one, Santa, there's some things on here that I'm gonna say I don't know if you can do, but you're gonna have to work really hard. Dear Santa, 8 and 1s, and there's a list of, looks like 14 items. A Nintendo Switch, doable. PlayStation 5, looks like GTA, which would be Grand Theft Auto. Mario Kart, Minecraft. Here's where you might struggle a little bit. They're looking for 4 elves. 10 stuffed animals, Legos. This one, a little harder. Cancel school forever. One more rabbit. I don't know how many rabbits they have, but they just want one more. A bigger, larger cage for their bunny. 4 more inflatables. New cool PlayStation games for me and mommy and my friends to play. And Aiden is also looking for toys.
We'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah. Those 4 elves and cancel school forever.
gonna be hard
Grinch
to
could
do.
try to cancel school forever.
Grinch
I'm
would do
sure.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
No wonder he's so popular with the kids. All right, so this one is from Elaine Messer. And Elaine would like to have the Shave Dog and Pet Purse for Christmas. So Elaine, I hope that you get that. I really, really do. And then one other one. This is from Autumn K. Winters. Autumn K. Winters, I have been good this year. So can you bring me a skateboard, candy canes, a doctor set? Is that Roblox? Roblox game, a cooking set, a birdhouse to paint, boxing gloves to learn to box with my daddy. I think there was supposed to be a comma in there somewhere. Learn to box with. No, she wants to box with her daddy. That's exactly. This is so well written. I mean, look at this.
Yes.
Isn't this amazing?
Yes.
Blocks, new shoes, a cleaning set, a new four-wheeler, bath water fish, and sour gummy worms. I like that. Thank you very much. Love, Autumn K. Winters. Wonderful letter.
See what we
Wonderful
do about
letter.
those.
All right. I'm so glad. Look, we have this green folder for you. Christmas collars and everything. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
See,
Yes, thank
so
you
we
very
really
much.
appreciate Santa being with us today. He had to come a long way. And,
Oh, the Grinch, not so
and the
much.
Grinch, yeah, he's unfortunately, he's just been around here for a while. And, but Grinch, you know, your heart's growing. It's getting bigger. And every day your heart's getting bigger. So eventually you're going to be right in line with Santa. Okay? So, exactly. So, we're glad we had them with us today. If you haven't sent your letters in, this is our last day for letters to Santa. But I will say this, the elves do check the box every once in a while downstairs. And if you send in a letter a little bit late, we'll see what we can do to get it on live here. Okay, and of course, we'll make sure you get it.
Yes, that's the most important thing.
Okay, so we have that covered, and we really encourage you to deliver this year. You
We
know.
will do our best.
Okay, I like that. That's a very good answer. We will do our best. So, is there anything else anyone would like to add? How about you, Grant? You want to add anything? No, not at all. Okay, he subtracts but doesn't add. So, so we appreciate that. All right. Anything else? Okay. All right.
Christmas,
Merry
everyone.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.